Hello, good morning. So this is a vocabulary related video. So this is the passage which I am going to discuss. So this passage I had taken from this book, Cambridge English Advanced Practice Test, with author name Mark Harrison. Okay. So this is the passage. So let's dive into the vocabulary list. So first the word is knick-knack. Okay, knick-knack. So what do you mean by knick-knack? Knick-knack means the word meaning is ornament, like what all small worthless object, especially household ornaments, that is known as knick-knack. The room was filled with tables, knick-knacks and a large three-piece suite. So knick-knack, once again, knick-knack means there are several ways which we can say this knick-knack. Okay, knick-knack. The spelling is changing, the hyphenations are changing, but the meaning is same, which means small worthless object, which is especially related to household ornaments. So the room filled with tables, knick-knacks and a large three-piece suite. Next word is entrenched. Okay, entrenched. Entrenched means, this is the meaning, entrenched ideas are so fixed, it's ideas which are so fixed which cannot be changed. Okay, that is known as entrenched. Okay, and the sentence is, it's very difficult to change attitudes that have become so deeply entrenched over the years. It's very difficult, once again, it's very difficult to change attitudes that have become so deeply entrenched over the years. Next sentence is, the organization was often criticized for being too entrenched in its view. Too entrenched in its views. Okay. Next word is jargon. Anyway, let's check the pronunciation first.
Jargon. Jargon.
Jargon. Okay. So jargon means it's the idioms. Okay. It's the terminology that we quite often use. That's a negative word, usually disapproving. Special words and phrases that are used by particular groups of people, especially in their work. So related to work, some words and phrases especially used by particular group of people is known as jargon. Okay, it's a word which was repeated in that passage. Okay, military or legal computer jargon. It could be military, legal, computer jargon. So next word is, at the same time we will be looking at the pronunciation too.
Irrevocably.
Irrevocably.
Irrevocably. Irrevocably.
Irrevocably, which means in a way that is impossible to change. Irrevocably means it's impossible to change. Okay. Next word is rant and rave. So what do you mean by rant and rave? Rant and rave means shout and complain angry and at length. That is known as rant and rave. Okay. Stop ranting and raving for a minute and start being honest with yourself. So rant and rave means it's a shout and complain angrily. Okay, and at length. Stop ranting and raving for a minute. Start being honest with yourself. Next word is seafarer. What do you mean by seafarer? Okay, seafarer means a person who travels by sea is known as seafarer. Portugal, a land of seafarers. Next word is battered.
battered, battered,
R is silent.
battered,
Battered. So you can check the meaning here also. Battered. Battered means, which means hit. So hurt by hitting repeatedly, that is known as battered. She set up a sanctuary for battered wives. She set up a sanctuary for battered wives. Please pay attention to set up. Everything is needed. Even that's why don't just learn the vocabulary. Along with that, think there are use of sections in the use of English. So any sentence, don't underestimate this sentence. Okay, we need to know a lot of phrases, right? She set up a sanctuary for battered wives. Or damaged. Next meaning is damaged, especially by being used a lot. That is known as battered. Battered furniture, toys. Okay, battered basically means hit. She's one of the sentences, she set up a sanctuary for battered wives. Now battered furniture or toys means it's usually damaged and used a lot, is known as battered furniture. Next word is
reek,
reek.
reek,
Reek means sting, smell. Okay, so it's reek means unpleasant smell. Her breath reeked of garlic. So reek means unpleasant smell. Her breath reeked of garlic. Next word can you guess the meaning?
wretch,
Wretch.
wretch, wretch, wretch,
Wretch. So wretch means someone who has suffered a lot and deserves sympathy. So the poor wretches had no chance to survive. The poor wretches, someone who wretches means who suffered a lot and deserves sympathy. The poor wretches had no chance to survive. So wretch also one more meaning is that unhappy person. A poor miserable wretch, an unhappy person. Okay. Now strip back. What do you mean by strip back? So two meanings are there, especially if it's related to music, which means reduced. Strip back means reduced to its simplest form with only the most basic and essential features, that is known as wretch. Okay, their new record is pleasingly stripped back. It's in the simplest form. Pleasingly, it's not unpleasant, it's pleasingly. Focus all these things. Their new record is pleasingly stripped back. Recently he has been making for more stripped back, less complex choral music. So related to music, you can say you prefer, I like stripped back, less complex choral music. Stripped back, so related to music, you can say stripped back, less complex choral music. That's what you prefer. Or okay. Now there is one more meaning other than this. Strip back means it's related to furniture decoration removed so that it's in the original state. So simplest form, it's in the original state, is known as strip back. The walls are stripped back to the original lime wash. She loved the stripped back minimalism of the new gallery space. So that is the change in the attitude. Stripped back minimalism. We prefer these days stripped back minimalism. Next word is snarl. So snarl means it's a mess. There are different meanings to this traffic snarl. Apart from that is untidy, twisted. Okay, different meanings are there. Okay, snarl is traffic snarl. One more meaning is mess, which means an untidy mass of things that are twisted together. Okay, She tried to comb the surface out of her daughter's long hair. Not surface, snarls. She tried to comb the snarls out of her daughter's longest hair. Okay, twist and turn. A snarl of blankets on the bed. So you can say this, a snarl of, if an untidy room is there, you can say a snarl of blankets on the bed. One more meaning is it's a fierce sound while showing the teeth that dog makes. Okay, what do you want? He snarled, means threatened. Okay, to speak or say something in an angry and fierce way, he snarled. Okay, what do you mean by squarely? All these are coming related to that sheep passage. Okay, squarely means she refused to come down squarely, directly. Okay, directly and firmly. She refused to come down squarely on either side of the argument. Okay, refused to come down squarely on either side of the argument. See, on is the preposition. Okay, she punched him square on the jaw. Now, what do you mean by this? Have a guess? So, let me show you the pictures first.
Estuary.
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 So, estuary means the tidal mouth of a large river where the tide meets the streams. So, it's a the tidal mouth of a large river where the tide meets the stream. So, these are some of the pictures for that. Estuary. The wide part of a river at the place where it joins the sea. So, river and sea, that joining part is known as estuary. The Thames estuary, the Ranges estuary, spit something out. Okay, to say something quickly and angrily, that is known as spit something out. He spat out an insult and marched out of the room. He spat out an insult and marched out of the room. Spit something up. Okay, spit something up means to bring food back from the stomach out of the mouth, or cough something up out of the mouth. To bring food up, that is known as spit up. It's not spit out, it's spit up. A lot of babies spit up after feeding. A lot of babies spit up after feeding. Lash, what do you mean by lash? Hit. Okay, that is known as hit. To hit with a lot of force is known as lash. The prisoners were regularly lashed with electric cable. The prisoners were regularly lashed with lash. Okay, to hit with a lot of force. The prisoners were regularly lashed with electric cable. Now, what is the sound? Sometimes in speaking section they will be asking about the sounds related question. The sound of the rain lashing against the windows was deafening. The sound of the rain lashing against the windows was deafening. Lash out. What do you mean by lash out? So, here you can see it's a lash against, lash with what material they are using. Now, lashed out means to suddenly attack someone or something physically, or criticize him or her in an angry way. So, think in a simple way, criticize. Okay, I was only, it could be even physically, I was only teasing him, suddenly he lashed out at me and hit me in the face. Okay, I was only teasing him and suddenly he lashed out at me and hit me in the face. Why is Tina in such a bad mood? She really lashed out at me and when I was late for work. Rear. Rear means rise. There are several meanings. This is the passage meaning. Okay. To rise up or to lift something up is known as rear. The horse reared up. Okay. So sometimes if animals in pictures, if animals in the speaking section, if it's the, you can say the horse reared up, okay, when it heard the gun shout. So that is the posture name, the horse reared up. The lion slowly reared its head. So reared up or reared its head, lift it up and looked around. So it could be reared, okay. Now shudder. To make suddenly, I will show you the GIF itself. I'm not sure, I'm checking now. Hopefully we will get the right picture. Okay. So what was that expression? It means to shake suddenly with very small movements because of very unpleasant thought or feeling. In the second GIF, he was saying no. To shake suddenly with very small movements because of very unpleasant thought or feeling. The sight of so much blood made him shudder. Okay, the sight of so much blood made him shudder. She shuddered at the thought of kissing him. Blood means one other word is gory. The sight was gory, which made him shudder. She shuddered at the thought of kissing him. When something shudders, it shakes violently and quickly. I heard a massive explosion and the ground shuddered beneath me. Next word.
Totter. Totter.
Totter.
Totter.
R is silent.
Totter.
Let me check whether we will get the GIF. It's not the exact meaning. Okay. Totter means to walk with difficulty in a way that look as if you are about to fall. She tottered unsteadily down the stairs in her high heel shoes. Let me check once again if anything is there. So I don't think something is there which was satisfactory related to this. She tottered unsteadily down in the stairs in her high heel shoes. Next word is lull.
Lull. Lull.
It's sort of like lullaby. Okay, quiet, soothing effect. Okay. To cause someone to feel calm or to feel that they want to sleep. The motion of the car almost lulled her to sleep. Okay, that is known as lull. This is sleet.
Sleet. Sleet.
So let's look at the picture. So this is known as sleet. It is kind of dangerous. While we are driving. Okay. So this is wet, partly melted falling snow is known as sleet. Driving snow and sleet brought more problems to the country's roads last night. Next word, defiance. So it's related to the behavior.
Defiance.
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 So it's like far.
Defiance.
De-
Defiance.
Defiance. So behavior in which you refuse to obey someone or something is known as defiance. So the sentence is, the demonstration is a pointless act or gesture of defiance against the government. The demonstration is a pointless act or gesture of a defiance. So defiance means refuse to obey, right? Pointless act or gesture of defiance against the government. In defiance of the ceasefire, so if they are showing some protection, you can say it's a protection or a kind of defiance against the government. In defiance of the ceasefire, rebel troops are again firing on the capital. So let's search the pronunciation first.
Quixotic. Quixotic.
Quixotic. Quixotic. Which means you can check the spelling, quixotic, having or showing ideas that are different and unusual but not practical or likely to succeed. Okay, it means idealistic, extravagant, starry-eyed, visionary, extremely idealistic, unrealistic and impractical. That is known as quixotic project. A vast and perhaps quixotic project. So let's search the meaning. Sorry, the pronunciation.
Ad hoc.
Ad
hoc. Ad hoc.
Ad hoc. So ad hoc means made or happening only for a particular purpose or need, not planned before it happens. So it's like related to that body gestures. They make that actions, fingers. Okay, that signs they create. The children, they are creating some ad hocs at that moment. Made or happening only for a, that was the heading, right? Made or happening only for a particular purpose or need, not planned before it happens. An ad hoc committee or meeting. An ad hoc committee or meeting. So at that moment, only for a particular purpose, not which was not planned. We deal with problems on an ad hoc basis as they happen. We deal with problems on an ad hoc basis. Disaggregate. Disaggregate means to separate something into separate parts. That is known as disaggregate. So the sentence is, the need to disaggregate social and economic data by age as well as gender. The need to disaggregate social and economic data by age as well as gender. Next word is uphold. So which is a C2 vocabulary. To defend or keep a principle or a law, to say that a decision that has already been made, especially a legal one, is correct. So you can say to defend or keep a principle, that is known as uphold, which is especially related to law. So the sentence is, as a police officer, you are expected to uphold the law whether you agree with it or not. So to defend or keep a principle, okay, as a police officer, you are expected to uphold the law whether you agree with it or not. The Judge Davis upheld the country's court decision. Next is cumbersome. So cumbersome means awkward because of being large, heavy or not effective. Cumbersome equipment, cumbersome bureaucracy. Next is flickering. Flickering means, you know, right, flickering light. Shining with a light that is sometimes bright and sometimes weak. Okay, that is known as flickering. A flickering candle or fire. Flickering television screen. So flickering television screen, flickering mobile screen, appearing for a short time before disappear again. A flickering hope. There was a few flickering signs of optimism. So earthquake, we will say, right? Quake. Quake means to shake before you are because you are frightened or find something very funny. Every time I get on a plane, I quake with fear. Now limp. So limp means, okay, so this is related from here, I guess it's related to listening. So I will make that in the first listening. Okay, I will make that into separate video, so it will be easy for you. Up to now it's related to reading, and in next video I will be making the videos related to listening, vocabularies. So thank you. So before that, one Bible verse. So sometimes we define difficult in our way, so we don't know how to walk, right? We don't know which path we have to choose. It's not in our life. So then there is a sentence from Bible. Who then is the man that fears the Lord? He will instruct him in the way chosen for him. So the sentence simply means that if you fear the Lord, the Jesus will instruct him in the way chosen for him. So it's not the way you chose, it's the way God has chosen for you. So he will instruct you if you are fearing the Lord. If we are fearing our parents, that doesn't mean we are fearing them. There is a love, but we respect. There is a discipline with the Lord, right? So that is known as fear with the Lord. So in that case, if you are having that, God will definitely guide you in your life, and God will show you the chosen path for you. Thank you.